Bogart, welcome back to the TED Show. Did you miss us? I've taken a few days off to kind of regroup, but I'm kicking off this week with a musical guest. You know, I love how much I love to have our talented creatives on the show. And Chris Hollacheck is here with us. We're going to talk about his music. Music has value. I love the title of that show. And he's going to perform for us at the end. Welcome, Chris. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm amazing. How about you?
I am really good. Crazy, but that's normal, or normal for me anyway. Before we went live, I told you that the audience absolutely loves origin story. They want to know about you. So give them a little 411 on your journey to here. How did you get here? Did you sing in front of your family? Were you always talented and gifted as a musician? So give us a little insight into you.
So yeah, I've been performing since a very early age. I started playing cello when I was 3 years old. And
cello, I was not expecting that one.
Yeah, my dad did it, and it was kind of I was like a little mini me of him. They tried to get me into it as a toddler, and then obviously at that age I wasn't really dedicated or anything, so they kind of just let it go. And then when I was 7, I played piano till I broke my arm, and then I kind of stopped doing that, and then played trumpet 6th grade, baritone euphonium from 7th through 9th grade. Even played a tiny bit of bass guitar, although I couldn't really play it now. I kind of forgot it. And then I started playing 6-string guitar, teaching myself like towards my senior year of high school, beginning of college. And that's when I really started songwriting. Also did like plays and musicals as a kid, like throughout my childhood with my parents. They're all very involved musically. Stepmom who actually tried to make it big as well, music wise. She did more of like, the musicals and operas and that kind of stuff.
So cool.
And she decided her calling was being a music teacher. And she's definitely a big inspiration of mine on the music front. Of course, my dad playing for 50 plus years, playing cello, big inspiration, singing.
Cello is not, people think that I think any instrument's difficult because I don't know how to read it. I don't know how to write it. I don't know how to play it. I just know what I like. But I feel like people don't realize cello it's a lot. It's very in depth. It takes a lot to play cello, and it's part of more music than people realize.
Definitely. I couldn't play it now. I'd have to reteach myself, but it was
you have the gift, though, my friend. So as you got to be an adult and realized, all right, this is what I want to do, what was that transition like for you? Because it's one thing to have a passion for music, and it's another thing to make it your livelihood and your life's work. So did you have to go through some ups and downs? What was kind of the journey there and the decision-making process and the actual creating your own brand?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, college is where I started teaching myself how to write songs, and really it was out of laziness. I didn't feel like doing the covers. They're a lot harder to learn, so figured why not just make my own songs, and worked out pretty well.
Yeah, but where do you get that? So I love gifted people like you because that talent just seems to come. And writing songs, you just said it as if it's just part of the daily life, and I can barely rhyme anything, so I can't imagine putting songs together. Where does it come from? Does it come from your experiences or something that you've seen on TV or in a movie? Where do you get your inspiration for your songwriting?
Just it was kind of like a coping mechanism in the beginning. It's something to express myself. I'm usually introverted, so I don't always express myself well when I'm talking in conversations, but I can pretty much put it down in a song. And I just started doing that. I wasn't as dedicated in college. I kind of just did it more as a hobby. I wanted to take it a step further, but I just didn't have that courage then. I wanted to get my degree and then start working on it. And then I did. I graduated college, and then actually met up with a buddy back in North Carolina where I grew up. And we went on a little mini tour around the Southeast, did the whole Panama City thing back when it was still big spring break kind of place before they started cracking down regulations and stuff. And that was the Wild West for sure. Parties. But we're just
A fun Wild West, but definitely the Wild West.
it got intense. But so that was definitely a good little introduction into the music world. Taking that step, and then after I got done with that, took about 6 months. I lived with my uncle in Raleigh, and just kind of was figuring things out, working like a overnight shift in Target, which was miserable. It was so miserable. It made me want to like go to Nashville like now. I'm like,
Right.
nah, I was wanting to do it like for a few years, get a job, my degree. I'm like, nah, I'm jumping now. And I used Target to get me here to Nashville. And I ended up getting like a daytime shift at Target in East Nashville, and moved in. And that's actually where I met my producer as a roommate. And the first 2 years in Nashville, I kind of was just learning the ropes of the industry. I wasn't really as that good, I guess, performing. To
hone your craft.
Yeah, it was just kind of just getting out there, just meeting people, and then
it's not as easy as people think. That there's this whole business side to it. It's not just. And Melanie says music's the best therapy. She's right. That's one of the comments. But it's a business. You have to know. It's not just you performing. There's a whole booking behind it, and marketing, and branding, and business contracts, and things that you have to also learn. You can't just know your talent. You can't just know your gift.
Definitely. And but yeah, I ended up getting a job in my degree. I do like GIS, which is mapping on computers, and it's checking utility poles. And the job kept me here for a bit, but it was a traveling job, so it ended up like taking me away. I ended up living in Pensacola, Florida, for about 6 months, and then out to San Antonio, Texas. I lived out there for about 2 years. That's where I quit my job and did music full time there. And then, it went pretty well. I like really honed my craft there. And cool thing about Texans are they're going to tell you straight up whether you're good or
my cousin actually sings out in San Antonio a lot, in Seguin, actually, which is not far from San Antonio. And that is a man, they will just tell you nobody's going to tell you sound good if you don't sound good.
Right. They're going to tell you straight up and be working on something. So that helped out a lot with the improvements and stuff. And Seguin, I lived right by there in Marion for about 6 months, right outside New Braunfels, the last 6 months.
I know it well. I think she's still in Seguin, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe New Braunfels. So tell me about what's going on 2022 for you. Are you back out? Are you touring? Are you releasing music? What's the music world like for you?
Yeah, so ironically, yesterday was the official last day of my day job, and
congratulations.
Thank you. I'm starting my tour tomorrow, heading to Texas. I'll be playing in Austin on Thursday at the Carousel Lounge, and then Rebecca Creek Distillery. That was my like stomping grounds when I lived there. Playing there on Saturday, and be out in Houston Sunday, and then kind of hang around all week around Central Texas, and then go to a wedding, and then go to North Carolina, and then come back.
You really are on a tour.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about the song that you're going to sing, because that's what the audience loves to hear about you. And then they're like, all right, Chris, what are you going to do? So tell us a little bit about the song that you're going to perform for us. And I'm going to take myself off and give us a little background on it.
Yeah. So I'll do my current single right now. It's Remind Me of You. I actually wrote it, I think during COVID lockdown. I was seeing a girl before the lockdown started, and, my job was taking me all over, and, we were trying to make it work and stuff. And long story short, she ended up, I guess meeting somebody else. But it was just a song about just kind of, I guess, not appreciating somebody enough, like, looking back, reminiscing on them, and wishing you could go back and just show that appreciation more.
I love that theme. That's a universal theme for sure.
Definitely. And Yeah, and it's upbeat too. It's not a total Debbie Downer. I actually just had the music video got nominated for Josie Music Awards video of the year.
Congratulate. I'll put myself back on then. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
That's amazing. See, you really are making waves, my friend. Good for you. All right, go ahead. I'm going to take myself off again. Let's hear Chris Hollacheck.
All righty. Remind me of you. On the road, whiskey in the evening, smell of pines in the early spring. George Strait on the radio. Time on our hands with nowhere to go. Might sound crazy, best believe it's true. All of these things remind me of you. Maybe you weren't mine to begin. That flower blowing in the wind. Words of love left unsaid. I'd do it different, I could do it all again. Wonder if you'd still be here if you knew. All of these things remind me of you. Smile that could clear out the rain. Lips that could kiss this fade away. Eyes that haunt me to this day. Long legs I couldn't keep walking away. Memories I love relive through. So all of these things remind me of you. Maybe you weren't mine to begin. Did flower blowing in the wind. Words of love left unsaid. I'd do it different if I could do it all again. Wonder if you'd still be here if you knew. All of these things remind me of you. Maybe you weren't mine to begin. That flower blowing in the wind. Words of love left unsaid. I'd do it different if I could do it all again. Wonder if you'd still be here if you knew. All of these things remind me of you.
Loved it. All right. So the first thing, I know you speak in a deep voice. I was not expecting that kind of deep voice. That's the kind of country song that I like to hear. I love the words to it because I think we all have experienced that, right? We've all felt that, and that universal message resounds. Was when you play it, do you think of someone in particular? Do you still go back to those emotions of what you were feeling when you wrote it?
Well, kind of now just I think of the memories of the song now. That person I don't think about too much anymore, but just the song and the life that it has. That's pretty much what I think of now, and it now brings happiness to me. Whereas the memory kind of made me miss somebody, so now it's just got a life of its own.
So somebody asked I'll ask a question. Tim Lambert just asked, and then we'll head out. I'll let you answer this. My ninth grader is a songwriter and wants to be a singer. So what comes first, lyrics or music? For you, what comes first? Hey, Tim.
Definitely the lyrics for me. I will, in fact, I'll most likely be in my truck or on the road or something. I'll just go to my notes app on my phone and just start writing it more like a poem. And then usually at night, that's when I'll put the lyrics or the music to it.
I love it. See, there you go, Tim. I hope he does well, Tim. We all want to be famous. We knew him when. All right, Chris Hollacheck, what's the best way for them to find you, download your music, support you, anywhere that you are? How can they find you?
Find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all under the name you see right there. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. YouTube's where I got all my music videos, and I do some solo acoustic performances on there as well. Yeah, pretty much anywhere you could think of, I'm there, just under Chris Hollacheck.
Chris Hollacheck. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on. Come back anytime. Chris Hollacheck, get behind and support our creatives. It's been a crazy couple of years for them, and they're back out on the road. We're getting back to normal, knock on wood. Hallelujah. So get out there and support them. Thank you, Chris, for being patient, and I appreciate you. Go to find him anywhere. Chris Hollacheck. We'll see you guys later. Thank you